Well, Jason Farley wants to know if anybody's more excited for the Willow show than the Lord of the Rings show.
No.
I have the same amount of excitement for both, which is
Kind of me.
We're off to a killer start on this Q&A.
I was a full-grown adult when Willow came out, and so it wasn't for me, but I've been reading Lord of the Rings books since I was 7, so I'm really excited for the Lord of the Rings series.
All right, here's a question from Trevor. So, who would you want to see play Doom in the MCU? My choices would be either John Hamm or Javier Bardem.
Those are good choices.
Those are both really good.
I've been saying Hamm for years.
Yeah, I vote Ham as well.
Ham is great. I personally really love the idea of Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy would be good.
Yes.
Let me throw this at you. Giancarlo Esposito.
Ooh. No, they're saving him for Professor X.
I would love him as Professor.
I've read that rumor like over and over again. I'm like, oh god, I love that idea. I think it should be Werner Herzog.
I think there's
Timothy Chalamet.
No, he's in everything.
Timmy Chalamet.
Yeah,
Oscar.
he's hot. He's hot. That's Chalamet.
like
he's so hot
17
right now.
years
He's
old?
so hot right now.
Who played him in the
In the 2014 one?
No, in the Corman one, where it looked like he had pudding on his head.
Oh, Corman? I don't even know. I've never seen
That was 30 years ago, Shannon.
Probably
they should give that guy another shot.
Yeah.
Give him another shot. Let's see.
What about what's his name? The German actor, Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz. He'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be good.
He'd be good.
Sure.
And so Trevor, let's see. Oh, Jeffrey Kale wants to know if there's any interest in streaming games like Star Citizen or Power Wash Simulator.
I'd say yeah, for sure. We just need
a mystery platform to do that on.
Yeah. Bug Hunter wants to know when we're going to get that Stray content, Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Rebecca, we should probably just do it.
I remember.
Here's the thing: is I can only play the game for like 5 to 10 minutes at a time.
You're so happy.
Yeah.
Well, I have a life. I have like I got a lot of stuff.
She got pool problems.
So
I got pool problems.
Too busy for our Patreons. I see.
So, people in the chat or just people listening. So here's a fun little thing I like to do. Rebecca hates Mars Attacks.
Yeah, so please encourage people to just send Mars Attacks.
So whenever I see a Mars Attacks meme, I send it to her.
Great,
and now you pretty much, she doesn't open my texts anymore.
I did that for a while, and then I did it, and she got really mad. So I promised I'd never do it again. So
what was sad is
I
found some really great Stray memes, and I was going to send them to you. I'm like, oh, she'll never see them.
She'll never see them.
No, sorry.
Let's see.
She lost that trust in you.
Daniel Cantu in the chat room wants to know, and I want to know, why don't we play the Geek Show ska theme anymore? Tony.
You told me to use the 8-bit one.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, he said. Oh.
Bring
Kerry,
back
if you want, I can
Sure.
I can put together a video intro with the ska theme on it that we can play ourselves in with. Yeah, I'll have it ready for next week.
Thank you. Let's do that. That's the Beam Me Up Ska Tees who made that for us.
Use it up. It's good stuff.
Ska people just thank God they make the best names for their bands.
Cast the Jetsons movie. John Hamm is George Jetson.
No, the guy from Modern Family is George Jetson.
Ty Burrell.
Ty Burrell is George Jetson.
Utah's own Ty Burrell. Yes.
I would put Sarah Chalk in as Mrs. Jetson, and then the kids could be anybody. So
yeah, that's true.
I think they should just have the guy that plays Colin Robinson.
No, you know who you have as George. You know who you have as George Jetson? Jason Sudeikis.
That'd be a good George Jetson too.
Okay.
Oh, and then Dove Cameron as the daughter. Dove Cameron, if you watch like Schmigadoon, and she's the voice of Ghost Spider and all of that stuff.
Oh, cool.
But if they got to go dark like the comic, and in the
like
DC,
Riverdale, they got to do a Riverdale. Can we do a Riverdale, but for the Jetsons?
Warner Brothers owns all the Hanna-Barbera IPs. And they did all these dark versions of all the Hanna-Barbera stuff, right? And one of them was the Jetsons. And Rosie the robot, you know, the maid, had George Jetson's mom's brain in it.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Stick around, Mom. You're gonna clean our house forever.
That Snagglepuss series that they did, it won a lot of awards.
Oh yeah, because where he was basically like Tennessee Williams.
Yeah, Snagglepuss was Tennessee Williams.
Yeah, and he was gay in the 50s.
Yeah, and in the closet. Oh, it was really well done. I have a copy of it right over there. Let's see. Kyle says, given the fact that she wrote him a 3-page letter of questions, do you think Iman Velani will someday take over the stewardship of the MCU from Kevin Feige? I don't know about any of that.
No, I think when Kevin Feige dies, they're shutting it down.
That
should.
was the MCU.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's see. Is there any interest in... How do I apply for citizenship in the People's Republic of Kyrgyzstan?
Well, you marry into it, and that's not happening.
That's the only way it happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nation of 4 at this point. Well, we did extend that to the dogs. The dogs are Kate's. Not that the fucking cat. Cat'll never be a citizen.
Poor kitty.
Hey, behave.
It's a cat.
No, we've had cats that got to be citizens. This one,
Lysonel, will the Beam Me Up Scotties copyright strike? No, because they gave it to us.
Aw.
Those guys just made that for us and gave it to us. So, let's see. Carl, Shannon, are you still interested in doing a screening of my movie Blood Brothers?
Oh, hell yes.
2, that you are in.
Yes, I play the bad guy. And I've got like a terrible like British accent, and it's me in high school.
Anytime you start doing accents of any form, they all just kind of congeal into the same thing eventually. And I don't know what it is.
I used to think I was a master of accents until my wife said they were all Apu and that it was racist as fuck, so I had to stop. So now I just don't do accents.
Remember all my that bit that I did forever on the show where every time I do an impression, it was just Borat.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'd be like, I am your father.
Oh, Jason Farley has a question. Probably Shannon should ask this one. Or answer this one.
Mutants being introduced in Ms. Marvel, should they go all in or slow play it? Is that the one?
I think they're gonna slow play it.
It already looks like they're
they
going to
should
slow play it.
Was that the one for me?
Was that the one?
No, there's one above it that was the Mars Attacks ack with a question mark.
Oh.
Hack.
I missed that one. What did you think of the rehearsal? It's very disturbing.
Yeah, but I love it.
It's hard to watch, but it's good.
Yeah.
That second episode.
I watched half of the first episode and then I stopped and I was
That's
like,
what I was
no
gonna-
thanks.
I was going to ask who's watched the second episode
The
so
second
far.
I haven't,
episode.
man. I'm still
Wow.
recovering from the first.
Oh,
The second episode is very difficult.
it is, yeah.
That guy is so odd.
And I won't get into, why, but I'm beginning to question whether this was a good idea.
Like he's one of those guys like Joe Pera, where I'm like, is this an act or is this really
exactly.
this person?
It definitely
You know?
comes up, it bumps against the line of good taste, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much.
Okay, Jeffrey Kale's question, Fizz So Delicious or Swig? This is going to be an interesting answer.
They're all the same to me.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
I frequent So Delicious because it's on my way places.
I've never had any of them.
Me neither.
I've
Man,
only had Swig, and it's just soda with other ingredients they've
Yeah,
added on top
but
of it.
It's just
No
sugar,
matter-
sugar,
no matter
sugar,
where you
sugar,
go.
sugar.
Yeah.
Well,
And
not
they
if you
have
get the
lines
diet.
They have long lines at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
I prefer I really do like the Funky Cold Medina from So Delicious. I get it without the blue curacao because ick. And I was a bartender for so long, I never want to taste that shit ever again. But you know,
Let's
they're
see.
drinks. They're
I always
drinks.
get whatever the Dr. Pepper one is. So whatever their
Dirty Dr. Pepper?
the Dr. Pepper with coconut and raspberry, whatever that one
Ew.
is. I always like that
okay.
one.
I hate fake coconut flavor. I think it's the worst.
Trevor says, "Is Jay gone today because he's trying to collect the winnings from Jimmy?" Maybe.
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah.
He's
He told us he
casting-
wasn't going to be here and not to ask why.
he's casting a spell out in the woods.
Yeah,
Yep.
he is.
That's the last place you want to summon Jimmy. He's not going to show up in the woods.
I was gonna say maybe he went to San Diego to shake somebody down.
Liza
He's gonna walk up to Frank Miller's brother and ask him where Jimmy's at.
If you're gonna summon Jimmy, you got to do it at the Hotel Monaco.
That's true. That's where his ghost is resting. Liza wants to know what my favorite voice to do is. Well, I don't have a favorite, but I am working on my Selena Gomez right now.
Oh,
What?
please.
What?
Selena Gomez.
She's got, yep.
Why do you guys? You're old.
She talks a lot at the front of her mouth, and her mouth is always very closed. And I don't know if it's a lupus thing.
I mean,
or
I
you're
think
both,
it's odd.
you're
You know who
both
she-
old.
She reminds me of, she's got a bit of a Kate Mulgrew voice going on, if you ask me. I forgot to mention Only Murders in the Building and what I'm watching. That's, man, that show's
Yeah,
so
we've
good.
been watching that too.
I think we should all list off what our favorite voices are that Kerry does.
Oh man, I love the fella that sells
That's my favorite.
newspapers for.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's his name? What's his name again?
I can't remember. God,
It's not Aloysius. That's
No,
that's
no,
Shannon's
that's
character.
That's Shannon's character.
Yeah.
that voice breaks me every time.
there
Yeah.
was a period of time where I could nail the Hot Pockets lady.
Yeah, I nailed the Hot Pockets
Phrasing.
lady once.
Heyo.
Kerry, let's hear that guy. Sell us some newspapers.
Well, it's important to keep your
Yes.
newspaper alive. Your special local newspaper. Where else are you going to learn about the flood on Main Street? Well, okay, flood is a strong word. There was a water main that broke, but they fixed it in an hour.
And also,
That's close to Selena Gomez, I think.
It's almost the same thing.
whenever I know you guys maligned the Utah word of the day, but whenever you play the character of the son of the mayor of
Denver
Mona,
Criddle.
Denver Criddle kills me.
People think they know where that voice comes from. They think that they all have their origin for it, but I know because I did it. It is my impression. This is a deep dive of Larry Hagman on Dallas
Oh my God.
because he always
dive.
As JR?
because in the first season his voice was a little higher, and whenever he talked about his father, he'd say, "But Daddy," and it went from there.
Yeah.
That's where Denver Criddle comes from.
It just make here. Say something. Say something. I just want to hear it. Now you're just entertaining me.
Now you're just being coy.
Daddy, what time does the space show open? I want 2 tickets to the space show.
And I like you added that little lisp. It's
Yeah,
just good.
it's just to make him sound, stupid. I think we need to count these votes extra hard, Daddy, because they're cheating. They're cheating in the voting. You got to keep an eye on it. Don't accept any mail-in votes, Daddy.
You know what? I think, Kerry, that could segue into a Ted Cruz. I think you could pull off a
Ted
good Ted
Cruz.
Cruz.
Yeah, but if he pulled off a good Ted Cruz, I'd have
Yeah.
to come murder him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Don't want to scare the algorithm. Not talking real murder.
I would really
Or
like
Ted
to.
Cruz.
I would really
Yep.
like to play his cousin on one morning if I could.
Let's see. Endless Night videos. Base, wash, dry brush, highlight. What's the correct order, Lee?
Depends on what you're trying to pull off. I usually start base, wash, dry brush, highlight. Yeah, that's actually the correct order right there. You didn't really need to ask the question. But depending on what you're trying to do, the correct thing from my technique is to start off with a zenithal highlight base, then a regular base, then a wash. I usually use inks now. Dry brush barely, very, very little to pull out some of the smaller highlights, and then a highlight pass. And then usually I'll follow the whole thing up with a final wash, and then what we call bullet coating, which is 2 coats of gloss and 1 coat of matte. There you go.
Boom.
What does
Kerry,
Matt
you
have to
almost,
say about
you
that?
almost killed Paul White. He said he almost fell off the elliptical because of Denver.
Rebecca, did you see the horror movie X? If so, what are your thoughts?
Yes, X is a very good Kid Cudi in it. I love Kid Cudi. X takes the scariest thing in the world that you didn't know you were afraid of, and that's horny old people.
Oh, yeah, that's terrifying.
at the end of the movie, at the end of the credits, always stay to watch the credits, kids. There's a trailer for a prequel movie called Pearl, and that full trailer was just released this week. So you get the prequel story to the scary old horny lady.
Pearl. I'm not gonna. It's too easy of a joke.
Let's see. I want to find out what happened to Ursa Major after the events of Jason Aaron's Avengers number 50. Can anyone point me in the right direction?
Went to go live on a farm.
Yeah. Okay.
He's on the farm.
With all the other bears where he could run and jump.
Yeah. I don't think that they've addressed that yet, have they? Why did you stop going to Anime Bonsai? Well,
Stopped being invited.
Stopped being 20.
well, that was really. I mean, we were still invited, but it just wasn't a good fit.
Let's be really honest. It was like we had a couple of good years at Anime Bonsai. We had a good time, and the crowd got progressively younger, and we got progressively older.
And
We get older, they keep getting younger. All right,
exactly.
all right.
It was also decided that we should probably stop going so that me and Jimmy didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
Yes. And Kyle
see.
Christensen points out the character's name was Salt Lick, Kerry.
Oh,
Salt Lick.
Salt Lick.
Yes.
That's right. I'm
Memory.
the editor and writer and photographer of the local paper.
Yeah, but Anime Bonsai was a great show, and we had a good time there, and I think
it's still
we
a
had some
great
good
show.
memories.
Oh,
yeah.
and I loved staying at that hotel and eating egg glop
Yeah.
every morning.
Oh, I talked to those guys. That show keeps getting bigger every year. So if you're an anime
Not
fan,
surprised.
certainly,
Not surprised.
keep
Yeah.
going.
And we had some great fun too, like hanging out in that bar.
Oh yeah, like hanging out with Sonny Strait and
Oh yeah.
Oh, I would tell kids that I interviewed Vegeta. No, not Vegeta.
He was Krillin.
Krillin.
And they're like, "What?" I go, "Yeah." And I asked him if Vegeta was as big of a jerk on set as he is on the show. And I loved that, because he's like, "Yeah, total jerk, man.
Yeah.
We hate when we see him coming out of the trailer." And I'm just "You're so great."
He plays one of the saddest characters on Full Metal Alchemist, where all he wants to do is go home and see his little girl. And then he gets murdered. So he recorded a message to my kids where he was talking. I can't wait to see you guys.
That's cute.
My oldest is still pissed at me for that.
Jimmy Johns wants to know, what's a show that you watch that you're afraid people will make fun of you for?
Oh, I already
Most of
shared
them.
mine. The Bachelor and F-Boy Island.
Yeah, it's not a guilty pleasure if you don't feel bad about it.
Good point, too, yeah.
That's true. Mine's Survivor.
I'm still when the Masked Singer comes on, I watch it.
I tried to watch what was the show the guy that did Scrubs went on to do?
Ted Lasso.
Cougar Town. And I tried to watch Cougar Town because I have friends that said it's a great show, but I was watching it and my family made so much fun of me that I'll never watch it now.
Oh,
They're like, "Oh, Dad's watching
buddy.
sitcoms like an idiot." So
And I watch way too much Family Feud, you guys.
Yes.
No, seriously, it's gotten to the point where I get pissed. I'll be like, "That's not a good answer, Alan," and I'll fucking flip a table.
I think the closest I can get to answering this question is I listen to a lot of Last Podcast on the Left, and I sometimes don't want to talk. I don't want to bring up that I listen to true crime podcasts because 30. I'm in my 30s and I'm a white woman. It's a little on the nose. So I think that's the closest I can get to answering that.
See, when you said that you listened to, I thought you were going to follow it up with, I listened to a lot of Smash Mouth, and that's what you were going to admit to.
Again, it's not a guilty pleasure if you're not embarrassed by it.
God.
I mean, as a listener of Creed and Nickelback, I know how you feel.
Wait,
so,
Rebecca, do you
who
really
cares?
listen to Smash Mouth a lot?
No.
Oh, okay. Because
we're not actually admitting things that we listen to that people might think is bad. I don't listen to Creed and Nickelback.
Because
Nope.
I'll tell you what, I accidentally watched Smash Mouth in concert one time. And it was
Accidentally?
awful. Yeah, I got hired for a catering event up at the Red Butte,
Oh.
and they were playing, and I'm just like, "Oh my fucking God!"
I've
I
got
can't believe, why are you clapping? Stop clapping!
I've got the lead singer of Smash Mouth on my Deadpool this year, so
Oh, shit.
hoping for a big win on that one.
Fingers
Oh my
crossed.
God, he's pretty young.
That's a good one though.
He's troubled though. He's troubled.
He's
He is
crazy.
troubled,
He's
and
crazy.
Anti-vax.
Yeah,
that's a good way to go.
Yeah.
A lot of good
I've had
troubles going on there.
I've had Scott Stapp on my Deadpool for 5 years, and he's still alive.
I had him on my list when I was doing live radio still.
Yeah.
Well, and you would think he would have caught something because he was boning the same chicks as Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Lee, what was the best Meow Wolf immersive art that you have seen?
Best non-Meow Wolf?
Non-Meow Wolf immersive art.
That's probably the most immersive art thing that I've seen, but there is a chance that a local artist and I are working on an immersive Halloween-themed event. Not this year, but for 2023. So she and I have been working together on this prior to COVID, and we had some ideas, and then COVID came and screwed that all up. So if things go the way that I would like them to go, then this artist not yet to be named, who is actually far more talented and popular than I'll ever be, we have some ideas that should be really cool.
Cool. Michael Beck. Huh?
Oh, I was going to say, I went to an immersive thing once that was all the magicians. Like, it was the Magicians TV show immersive art
It
experience.
was a great show.
Oh, yeah,
That was
Yeah, that was cool as hell.
Man.
Well, let's see. Michael Beck says that I'm aping the sun on Squidbillies. Actually, my Denver Criddle voice came before Squidbillies was a thing. That's how old I am.
Wow.
Okay.
That's how old he is.
Let's give Michael Beck a pass because
Yes.
he loaned me a computer yesterday, and if he didn't, I would not be here today.
Well, we're not going to tell you that you could do the show from your cell phone.
Don't know.
No, you couldn't.
Jason.
It would be terrible.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Jason
No,
wants
don't
to know,
listen.
how much do you miss being in the same room when recording?
There's definitely a better better.
Different
miss it.
chemistry or better.
Yeah, different.
Yeah.
Well, not better, but different.
It's different.
And
Well,
Like,
another
it-
part of it was when we'd record in person, we'd record 2 or 3 episodes, and so.
Which I didn't like.
But you also get more like.
Time off.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say you get more comfortable with each other going into the
Right.
second and third episode.
There were
kind of
there were
thing. So
things.
it's-
I mean, to be completely honest, like we had somebody a couple weeks ago saying, "Oh, I wish you guys would still drink for third show," and I'm like, that's actually a really touchy subject for me because drinking hurt our show bad, really bad.
Yeah.
And I do miss the chemistry of being in person, but we would lose this because we haven't figured out how to do live video in person yet, which
We-
I have solutions for. But
Oh, good. I was
have
gonna
a few
say, we need to figure
solutions.
that out.
I have a few
Yeah.
solutions as well
Yeah.
that we could brainstorm. Lee.
'Cause,
So like this camera here, we get 2 or 3 of these. There's actually a device that would allow us to do live editing on the fly as we were recording the show,
a
but
switcher, yeah.
How
Yep.
much one of them cost?
about $500.
Yeah, we're going to be live together at FanX if things go to plan, and we're trying to figure out a way when Jay is in town to do this and still not lose the YouTube content thing. So.
That's also like lassoing the wind
Yeah.
with Jay. So
Yeah.
And also, I just like that I just spill in my house now. What,
Instead
remember
of
that
on
time? What did I
Kerry's
knock
table.
over? What did
Yeah.
I knock over that one time? That it was like maple
Oh, yes.
bourbon or something.
was that
I
maple
wonder-
syrup bourbon?
And
I think of the time I broke one of Sue's wine glasses with my forehead. I mean, I'm sure she doesn't miss us doing the show live.
no, but like, and that maple syrup smell was there for like months.
It was. It
was
it
disgusting.
may still be here, and I just don't.
Just
You
got
just
used to
got-
it.
Just gotten used to it.
You've got nose blind, as they say in the Febreze commercials.
Nose blind, nose blind, nose blind. Let's see. Favorite or most memorable Star Trek storyline?
Oh,
That's from Brett, who's just now. I've been in contact with Brett. He's just kind of discovered Star Trek in a way, and he's working his way through.
Go ahead, Shannon. Sorry.
I gotta say, and we talked about this, the season finale of Strange New Worlds paired with the what is it?
Oh,
No spoilers. I haven't watched it yet.
Episode
Oh, it's the old classic Trek
Balance of
series.
Terror.
Balance of
Balance
Terror.
of Terror, and then that together, amazing. Like, just so good. And anything with the Klingons from Next Generation, that's my jam.
You know, where they actually dealt with pronouns in the 90s.
yeah.
They did.
Oh, I'm Jadzia now. Oh, it was Curzon, my old friend, and Jadzia's like, oh no, I'm Jadzia now. And he's like, oh, Jadzia, my old friend. I'm like, okay, that's all you need to know.
That's the way you do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember Brett saying he's not too familiar with Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine, quite
Had
good.
some good shit.
So Deep Space Nine is my favorite storyline. There's two. There's the Bell Rebellions, which is actually must see viewing for where we're living right now.
For these days, yes.
For these days, you will watch it and go, "Oh, ouch!" And then, yeah, that's rather prescient.
What was
and
it
then
called?
the Bell Riots. It's not the name of the episodes, but they go back to the 2020s. And
it's 2024 specifically.
2024, and homelessness is so rampant that major cities have walled off sections of their city.
Oh, I don't remember.
And
this.
the guy who's supposed to lead what becomes the Bell Riots gets killed, and so Gabriel Bell. So Cisco has to step in and be Gabriel Bell so that the riots actually happen, which is what starts leading to. Actually,
eventually.
Yeah, but far worse things happen after that. But and there's a throwback to that several seasons later where Nogg's looking through his history book and he's like, "Why does this Gabriel Bell look like Commander Sisko?" Anyway, it's pretty awesome. But the best, and it's a recurring theme, where Sisko occasionally ends up thinking he's a black science fiction writer from the 50s.
Oh, I love those.
And it's so poignant and so well told and so amazingly well acted. And at no point, because he's trying to pitch stories to like Amazing Stories magazine, and they won't because he's a black man. So he's trying to figure out how to get these stories told about this captain who manages a station.
Manages a space station in the future. And
they never resolved whether or not that was real.
And what's also great about that episode is that the rest of the cast, you get to see them out of their uniforms.
Right,
and,
right.
Nana Visitor in that skirt.
Carrie's got a real Nana Visitor thing.
I do. I have a thing for
it. It was just her birthday last week. Terry Farrell came to visit her, and it was lovely.
She still looks fabulous. Did Tony get a new mic?
Yeah, I got a pod mic.
Nice.
From Rode, and I bought also a Rode Rodecaster Pro 2 and sent it back because it was broken. So hopefully I get my refund soon so I can buy another one and try again. But yeah, some new equipment. It's good stuff. I hope it sounds good.
Let's see. Let's see. Just going down trying to see.
I think my favorite Star Trek story is probably First Contact, actually.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
You get to see the origins of warp drive in Earth and stuff like that.
And Andrew says, I'm watching Voyager for the first time. It's much better than toxic fans led me to believe. That's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's not a bad show.
I actually gave up on it because I was a toxic fan, and I need to go back and watch it. And it was weird because it wasn't that I didn't like the character of Janeway. It's that I really, really liked Kate Mulgrew, and she wasn't playing the character like I wanted her to.
Like
so that's on
her to.
That's on me, right?
I just hated Neelix so much I couldn't watch it.
Really? I mean, I
Neelix.
was really young when I watched that show as it aired, and Neelix was one of my favorite characters.
Oh, fuck, I hated him. I fucking hate him so much.
Let's see. What is the crown jewel of your collection?
Oh.
I have
I can't really. Mine's that Incredible Hulk statue I got at the first Comic-Con we went to. Remember that? I bought it on the last day. So like on Sunday at San Diego Comic-Con, if you go into the vendor floor, everything's like huge discounted. And I've got this giant statue of, it's basically the cover. It is the cover of The Incredible Hulk number 1. And I got it for like $300, and it was usually like $1,000.
Dang.
And remember, it was so big that Derek Hunter and our artist friend Ryan Otley had to drive it home for me because it was too big to take on the plane.
What a guy.
That's right. Lee's got his. Boom.
This was given to me after our friend Scott Weiss died back in the early 2000s, and this is the collection of Jeff Smith's Bone comic books, graphic novels. This was given to me by Jeff because he wanted my kids to read the best comic book series for kids in the world. So Jeff gave this to us, and yeah, my kids devoured it, and Rachel and I devoured it, and yeah, so this is the most cherished part of my collection because two people that I really loved a lot made sure that my kids had something amazing to remember them by, even though, you know, one of them's been gone so long that I don't think Molly ever met him. So
there's a picture of me and Jeff on our TV set.
That set was so good.
Oh my god!
It really was. It really was.
I had so much fun doing that show with you
quite
guys.
pleased. What about everybody else?
I don't know
Tony,
if I could
Rebecca?
choose.
I recently got a Barbie golf cart pool float,
Like the new crown jewel.
which I think is pretty sick.
I think I guess if you want to count tech as part of my collection,
Sure.
my crown jewel is always whatever PC I've built most recently.
Pretty.
I really enjoy building gaming PCs, and so yeah, it's always whatever I've recently built or put together. The other thing I really, really like, and it's not expensive, it's not rare or anything like that, but it's this poster I have in the background. It's a flag, and it's got that monologue from Morty in the episode when he tells Summer to get her shit together.
Get your shit together, put it in a bag.
And it's got that whole thing, and I just love it. I think it's applicable to all of us in some way or another.
Yeah, oh, that's like. Do you guys remember when the Rick and Morty, the
Rickmobile?
the Rickmobile came?
Yeah, the Rickmobile.
I stood in that line with the worst hangover in like 100-degree weather.
You and James and
Yeah, and
I was there for a while.
I do love. I have a get your shit together bag.
Yeah.
So we have a question about whether or not we're going to be doing any live events other than FanX, and I think it's a possibility.
I would say stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely.
We
We have to be coy about things.
Yeah. People are saying, and I'm hearing. I'll just say it that way.
I will say I've had some interesting discussions with Brian Young lately.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
I've been offered money not to go to certain businesses.
How do I get in on that racket?
Yeah,
That's always good.
I think
How
I
do
can
you get
make
paid
a
for that?
killing in that too.
Let's see.
Kerry, you heard from that hot Dabo girl lately?
Oh, my lovely Chase Masterson.
Yeah.
We had a connection.
Oh,
I saw it. I saw it.
literal
it's-
sparks.
There were literal sparks. It was, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago.
Longer than that.
FanX. No, it was when she was in town. 3 years ago, maybe. Punk stood in line and got a video, and I don't have it handy. He sent me a video of him talking to her, and she's like, "Kerry, where are you? Why aren't you down here?" And that was the same con where I was kind of stalking her.
There's no gentler way to put that.
I didn't realize I was stalking until I realized I was stalking. I was just walking in that area where all the autographs are, and I'm just kind of keeping a distance and standing on my toes going, Chase, is she there? Is she there? And then I went, I'm stalking right now, aren't I?
What's sad is I was there when you actually met her for the first time in the studio, and you had sparks going on, and it was me, and I had the same thing going on with Felix Silva.
That's true. You and Tweaky were hitting it off.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was like, baby, I loved your work on the Dukes of Hazzard as that alien.
That was your opening line, and he was yours right after that, because he's like, nobody remembers that.
I've never seen a man drive with his feet like that before.
If there's any more questions, put them in the comments in brackets.
Yes. Let's see. Well, I think that's
all we've got so far.
all we got so far. All right.
I guess we hit the end of the road. We hit the end of the line.
People are like, we don't want to hear anymore.
That's
This
enough.
is where the sidewalk
about 40
ends.
minutes, so I'd say that's pretty good.
That is
Yeah.
good. That is
say.
good.
But
And,
what a treat for everybody
This is a treat for us. And make sure to tune in every Saturday morning, 11:30. We're streaming live unless one of us has technical difficulties, and it'll more like be 11:38. And the other thing is you can support us on Patreon, geekshowgotthiscovered.com. Also, if you watch our YouTube content, make sure to like and subscribe so that we can actually continue to convince the algorithm that we're worth anything.
We are relevant.
So.
Yay.
Yay.
All right.